I thought y'all was smarter than this. I thought y'all was smarter than this. Tim Kuniskis ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't no Mopar Jesus. He just another puppet. Let's have a conversation. So we just don't think no more? We just doofuses magoofuses, huh? We all just gonna say, oh yes, please hire Tim, please hire Tim. We all just twerking it up. We ain't clapping with our hands. We booty cheek clapping, huh? For Tim, huh? Is that what we doing now? Well, I don't want none of that water. I ain't drinking none of that urinade. Y'all can have all that because I ain't trying to hear that Tim Kuniskis, Mopar Jesus, trash, Gorbatross. We got short memories now. We don't remember nothing now, huh? Last I checked, when Tim Kuniskis was running Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and all them other little, and Chrysler, wasn't Hellcat prices through the roof? I'm just trying to remember. Wasn't they through the roof? When Tim Kuniskis quit, was Hellcat prices through the roof? I want to know. Was Scat Pack prices through the roof? Because I'm going to sit here and wait. I want to know. Answer in the comments. Am I delusional? Am I tripping? Do I got gummy bears working in my brain? Do I? I got a whole bunch of gummy bears up there walking around making decisions for me. Or was all the prices through the roof when Tim left? I'm just trying to remember this because y'all keep saying all this good stuff about Tim. I remember the bad. But T, like, he ain't really had no control over it. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. So you mean to tell me he couldn't just say, hey man, let's not charge like $100,000 for a regular Hellcat, $90,000. We can bump the price up like maybe $5,000. But come on now. A slim body Hellcat going for $90,000? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. And Tim was right there letting it go down. Come on now. Oh man, he did so many good things, man. He did the good thing for the soldier and stuff. Only reason he did that is because social media was crying out for justice. Only time you seen Tim help somebody is when social media was crying out for justice. Because he could have helped that guy without even having social media cry out for justice. Yeah, he could have. And anybody else that needed help. Let's talk about the people he didn't help. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people he didn't help. And I ain't trying to bash the guy, because I don't know the guy. But come on now. We're not going to act like he just such a great guy. Like he just a man. And I know some of the YouTubers, oh man, he helped me get my Hellcat for MSRP. I don't give two rats balls what he did for you. Because he ain't do it for most of us. So I ain't trying to hear all that. He's such a nice guy. Talk to him on the phone. I could give two rats asses if you talk to him on the phone. Talk to him some more. Maybe next time when you talk to him on the phone, you could tell him to drop the prices down. Since you talk to him on the phone so much. I don't care about no Tim. I just want somebody to get in there and make the prices fair for the average person. That's it. I remember Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, and Ram was all regular guy and gal type of cars. You could afford the cars. You got the bang for your buck. I remember when Hellcats first came out, $60,000, $70,000. Fully loaded, $70,000. I'm old enough to remember that. I'm old enough to remember that. Aren't you? But all of a sudden, the prices just kept going further and further up. Come on now. A wide body, it ain't nothing but some clip-on fenders. Come on, let's be honest what it is. It's not a real wide body. It's just some clip-on fenders. Some bigger wheels. Some wider wheels. Same suspension. I don't want to hear, oh man, the suspension changed. It's the same suspension. Same exact interior since 2012? Changed it a little bit. Same screens. Same everything. And they want to charge you. Now a Hellcat is what, 90 to I'm talking about a regular Hellcat. $90,000 to $100,000. So you mean to tell me they started at 55? No, let's just say 65, 70. And they all the way up to 100? That's $30,000. How you justify that? Well, you know it's inflation. $30,000? $30,000? Come on now. Tim okayed that. Well, I ain't gonna say, let's just say he didn't fight it when they said go ahead and raise it up. Because I'm pretty sure he was getting a fat bonus. And don't get it twisted. I'm not mad at Tim. I don't dislike the guy, nothing like that. But you not finna have me running around here skipping around in a G-string talking about some let's go Tim. Ain't gonna happen, Captain. He may not be bad as Carlos, but come on now. He did get on stage and say the Hornet was a great car. I mean, I remember that. I'm old enough to remember that. I'm old enough to remember when he said we should get it. He did get on stage and push that EV out, and when it revved up and made that vacuum cleaner sound, he did act like that was fire, like that was a great sound, like that was a beautiful sound. I mean, I'm old enough to remember that. Or did you forget that? Because I didn't forget it. Yeah. I'm old enough to remember that. I'm old enough to remember. Last call scam. Last I checked, he okayed that, didn't he? The last call scam. Overcharging for the same car in sticker packages. I'm old enough to remember that. Come on now. I remember when the Demon 170 came out, it was $96,000 MSRP. Maybe I'm off 1,000 or two. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was 90 something. Within a couple of months, maybe even weeks, it jumped up to over 100,000. And then the dealers got their hands on it and they charged 100,000 over. $200,000, $300,000 for a Demon 170. Fireball. Garbage. Horrible motor. Horribly put together. Did Tim say, no, don't do that? He didn't punish none of them dealers. He didn't punish anybody. Oh, you got to make sure you, just make sure the dealer says that you bought that MSRP. Come on, man. You knew that wasn't going to work, Tim. The only way you should have sold those Demon 170s was you should have sold them straight from the factory. Then you could have known there wasn't going to be no upcharge on them. Straight from the factory. You could have did that. Tim could have made that call. But you know what? He wanted to help those dealers out. Because guess who Tim's real customer is? The dealer. They buy the cars from Tim. Not us. The dealer does. So he got to make sure they happy too. Yeah, he going to act like he giving them a spanking. Stop doing that. And then behind the closed doors, they go kiss each other in the mouth and say, good job. Allegedly. I got to say allegedly. Come on now. He going to help he going to help his customer out first. What? Customer knows best. Everybody knows customer knows best. Who's their customer? The dealers. Tim wasn't finna punish none of them. He wasn't taking no allocations away. Who did he take an allocation away from? I'm going to wait. I'm not 100% sure, but no one is what I'm going to guess. No one. Come on, man. Y'all probably like, how he going to save Chrysler? All they got is a minivan. A soccer mom minivan that ain't selling. What is he going to do to save Chrysler? What is he going to do? Is he going to hire Frank? Frank ain't even got a plan to save Chrysler. If they ain't going if he don't plan on, if he gets hired, if he coming back and he gonna say, you know what? The first thing I'm going to do for Chrysler, I'm offering a Hellcat 300. A 300 with a red-eye engine or a regular Hellcat engine. I'm offering that. Then he might be able to save Chrysler. I'm bringing back the V8s. And then he got to do it for Dodge too. I'm bringing back the Challenger. We're going to bring back the Hellcats for another 2-3 years, just until we can get this inline 6 worked out, all the kinks, so we can make it a good enough engine for you guys, so we can drop that engine next and give it some Hellcat power. Just so we can get these electric cars figured out. So, because we know everybody don't really want an electric car. So we gonna still make the electric Charger, but we gonna make it for those who want them. Those who want them, all you gotta do is order them. You just go to your dealership and order them. That's what he should have did. But he didn't do that. Come on now. Did you see how I just figured that out real quick? Dodge Rams, we're gonna offer the Hemi motor. Now, we're going to still offer the Hemi, but we're going to push the fines. We're going to push those upon y'all. So if they fining us $5,000 a truck, your $55,000 Hemi It's now $60,000 because we're going to push the $5,000 or whatever the fine is onto the customer. You buy it if you want to. You want a Hellcat motor and they charging us $10,000 a car. We're going to push that upon you. So if it's $70,000, automatically know you're paying $75,000. And then we go from there. That's what they should have did. We should have turned that Dodge Hornet. If you wanted that Dodge Hornet to sell, you should have put a 3.6 liter motor in it. That's what you should have put in it. And then put a turbo on it. Made it, let's just say 450 horsepower for the top one. Gave them a top version with that, about 400 horsepower. That would have been crazy. And then you should have made the lower tier an electric version. An electric Hornet, affordable car. You can get it in electric or you can get it in hybrid or just regular gas. And if you want the big boy, you can get the 3.6 liter turbo, twin turbo. I know. Great idea, right? They couldn't think of it. I don't know why. They get paid $38 million a year. And I'm just sitting here. I drive semis for a living. Although I own it, my own company. But hey, come on now. That's what I do for a living. And I can figure that out. Come on now. Jeep. We gonna keep the Jeep. Oh yeah, we're not only gonna offer a 392 version Jeep, they should have said we're gonna offer a 5.7 liter. And a Hellcat version. You could have dropped all those. Still would have been selling like hotcakes. And on top of that, we're gonna offer the 4xe version for those who like those hybrids. And we even gonna come up with an electric Jeep eventually when we can get all the kinks figured out. But like I said, we are going to push all the fines onto the customer because we don't want to pay for it. So we're going to make y'all pay for it. We only going to make Hellcats to order. If you order one, you got to order it if you want it. You want a Scat Pack, you got to order it. But we pushing the fines on you. So whatever the fine is, you got to pay for it. I never saw Tim think of that. Tim didn't say that one time. You know what Tim did? He pulled his panties up and he ran. He ran on us. He quit. No, he got fired. He quit. He left us. I'm gonna say he quit because they said he quit. So can I say he quit? Allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know for sure, but it looks like he quit. He quit when he had everything in shambles. Sticker cars being overpriced. Last cause, last scam. Then he came out with a first scam. Come on now. First call scam? Now he ain't have nothing to do with that, but this is what they got out right now. The first call scam on the Dodge Charger EV. Come on now. I'm just old enough to remember Tim was in there when the prices was through the roof. And don't you hit me with that, oh, it was that time. You know what that time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He knew what he was doing. He was making super profit for the company. He was looking great. The minute the company started going, then the falling down, because Carlos came in, he's like, listen here. I'm about to do some cuts. And he cut everything up. And Tim cut on out. See how I did that? He cut everything up. Tim cut on out. And guess what they did before he left? The owner said, smacked him on his butt and said, it's been real. Dig it in that butt. Here goes a severance package that you're going to love. Now we right back in the office talking about how he going to toot that butt up for him again. How you going to toot that butt up for us again, Tim? We want you to make us a lot of money again. We want you to go out there and push that inline six. Make it seem like it's a great motor. Make it seem like it's a great thing. Push that Grand Wagoneer. Make that Grand Wagoneer popular again. Even though we know it's a ticking time bomb, it's plagued with plenty of problems. Go out there and make it seem like it's great. Make that 4xe. We know it's a fireball. You can't even park your Jeep in the garage because it's going to blow up. But we want you to go out there and sell them like hotcakes. We know you can do it, Tim. We need a new face. We need a new butt. We need a new face. Because Carlos is messing it up for us. We need a guy that can make the customers believe in us. They trust their trustworthy face. You know how you was in that commercial making us seem like the EV was great. We need that Tim back. We don't want the muscular one that was in shape. We want the out of shape one. Yeah, we want him. How much you want? We know if he get in. Yeah, I bumped my elbow a little bit. We know if he gets the job, we know he went in that office and allegedly he tooted it up. He put that butt in the air. Allegedly. We know he sold his soul. Allegedly. Because they ain't finna let him come in and do whatever he want. Only way Tim can save Dodge, he got to come in there and do what I said do. Hellcats and everything. V8s and everything. And we're going to push the fines on to the customer. And if you really want a Hellcat, you willing to pay an extra $5,000 or $10,000 for it, ain't you? You'll pay for those fines, won't you? Come on now. You want that V8? You'll pay that fine. You'll add that little fine to your loan because you want it bad enough. If he can do that, then yeah, he can be MOPAR Jesus. But if he don't do that, he MOPAR devil. That's right. The MOPAR devil. That's what I'm going to call him. Because that's the only way he going to save Chrysler. He needed 300 Hellcats. You need a 300 Hellcat and a 300 with the 300C. You need them both. And the other him, you got to come back to 5.7. You got to bring all that back. That's the only way you're going to save that company and all the rest of them. If not, Stellantis is going to kill off Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, and Jeep. And I don't know how they could kill off Ram and Jeep, but they're doing it right before our eyes. Right before our eyes. So if Tim ain't coming in there doing all that, if he coming in there to do some booty clapping, well, he needs to go ahead and twerk his ass on back to his house because we don't want you. Now, if you ain't going to come in there doing no booty clapping, you're going to come in there you're going to come in down there and put your foot down and make some real changes, some changes that can help keep some money in the regular guy's pocket and save some jobs. Because they was losing a lot of jobs when you was in there. Now they losing buku jobs. Can you come in there and save some of these factories before they ship them to Egypt, China, and Mexico? And I ain't got nothing against Canadians. I like y'all. But they shipping jobs over there to y'all. You'd be disappointed if they were shipping Canadian jobs to America. So come on now. I'm only supporting my people like you would do. Is he gonna save those jobs? Stop them from going overseas and across the border? Because if he ain't gonna do that, he need to sit his stinking ass down. MOPAR devil is what I'm gonna call him. We're gonna see if he Jesus or the devil. Because he gonna be one of the two. Cheering up, doing all that cheering, trying to get T-Lite to join in. Come on, T-Lite, join in a twerk session with us. Come on here, twerk your butt for us so we can twerk for Tim. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Come on now. You're running around with G-strings on, fellas. Make it make sense. So you gonna tell me, put some tighty whities on my head and tell me it's a beanie. It's a beanie hat, T-Lite. It look like tighty whities, man. No, it's a beanie hat. No, it's tighty whities. Come on now. You can't get me like that. You ain't gonna fool me like that. But leave in the comments. You think they gonna hire Tim? You think Tim MOPAR, aka MOPAR Jesus, is coming back? And you think he's gonna come back to help us? Do you think he's coming back to help us? Or is he coming back to put the nail in the coffin? I'm gonna go with the nail in the coffin. But hey, everything I said is my opinion. So I don't want nobody to get butthurt. This is my opinion. Allegedly, it's my opinion. Don't get mad at the messenger because I opened your eyes. Open up your head. Pop it open. Turn your head to the side. Knock those rocks out your head and put your brain back in there. And use the brains. Stop being a doofus magoofus full of that doofism and make some smart decisions. We ain't gonna be cheering on nobody until he proves that he's worthy to be cheered upon. Come on now. Maximus Leviticus Aurelius, gladiator type. Earn our cheers. He ain't earned no cheers yet. Y'all doing all that booty clapping. Come on now. But with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also, I'm going to say this to all my supporters, my real supporters. I appreciate y'all, man. I may not say it all the time, but I'm going to start saying it all the time. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm growing so fast. I really appreciate the love and the support, the comments. I just appreciate y'all, man. Y'all some real ones. Y'all be checking up on your boy. Y'all just some real dudes. Y'all be giving me ideas. Y'all some real ones, man. I only got like 13,000 followers, man. But y'all be supporting me. You make me feel good. And not like Holly Berry did in Monsters Ball. Pause. But y'all stay blessed up, man. I love y'all. And hey, stop cheering for Tim until Tim make it a reason for us to cheer for him. He ain't earned no cheers. He ain't earned none of that. Why we giving him cheers like that? Hell, we hard on Frank. So we just gonna be hard on Frank and not hard on Tim? Come on now. At least Frank out there making up some lies. I mean, some truth. I mean, making up some stuff that sound good. Tim just, we don't know if he coming back or not. He just making us wait. And even if he do come back, we can't be cheering for him until he give us something to cheer for. I'm gonna go ahead and slide them out here, man. Y'all stay blessed up and y'all stay safe out there. Stay away from negative Ned and negative Nancy. You know how they be. You know how they be. If you don't want to know what a negative Ned looks like, just look at Carlos the Crazy. That's what a negative person looks like. I'm out of here. Peace.
Be the fam, that's what they call me. Promise that you never be lonely. Be the